Hi Hermits of YouTube, it's your bun Harley. We're back with a brand new episode today, and this time we will be doing the Recollector's Path event with Sorush. This seems to have some silly little mini games as well as more dialogue and story with Sorush, so I'm excited to see how her character develops and has developed since we solved stuff in the desert. So without further ado, let's get into it. After bringing me here and Rashnu back to the Varuksha Oasis, Sorush finally earned the approval of the foreigner, gaining the Twin Horn Chaplet and becoming the Bloom Guard. But with regard to the responsibilities of such a position, Zervan seems to have a few things to say. Paimon's getting so used to how you look now that Paimon can't even remember what you looked like without the chaplet, Sorush. Paimon seems to recall some baldness at the top of your head and a haughty disposition. But Paimon didn't expect you to get the chaplet so easily, though it was mostly thanks to our help. Hehe. Bah! Mention the trifles of the past no more, Pale Floater. The thing of greatest importance, the reason why we were able to claim the chaplet so easily, was because I am a pari worthy of the Twin Horn Chaplet. Hence, everything fell into place as it was meant to be. Perhaps I was fated to bear this crown from the day of my birth. Bragging loudly, I see. Elder Zervan, what brings you here? Just seeing if our newest Bloom Guard is fulfilling her duties. Duties? Oh no. Did you think claiming such a title would bring you nothing but fame and fortune, Sorush? Impossible. I am no pari of rank ignorance. The duties I have not been neglected. Indeed, I have also performed the necessary feats to be worthy of my accolades. Though the flashing flame might steal your attention, a gradual trickle of enduring devotion might also be worthy of praise. Ooh. Alright, go off. Brand new proverb. Ugh. In the time you have spent away from us, there have been countless pari who, though unable to ever gain the title of Bloom Guard, still contribute to our greater community with quiet dignity. I thought that you would perform some deeds that would prove your worthiness of the title of Bloom Guard. As it turns out, however, it seems you've just been idling about. Hey, saying she does nothing is going too far. Sorush is already pretty great. Right, Harley? Well, I mean... Harley, stop being so strict. I did not mean to neglect my duties. It is just that the responsibilities of a Bloom Guard weren't fully detailed by the Order of Skeptics. It is a pari tradition, after all. Trying to learn it from humans is pure folly. Though you have earned the approval of the foreigner, you remain a young pari. In times like these, it is best to be direct and consult me for guidance. Ask for guidance directly, Elder? But... no, the chaplet possesses a great deal of knowledge. I need but contemplate for a moment before I am greeted with answers. But Zervan is right here. She even said that if we have questions, she will answer. We don't even need to go hunting for details anymore. From Paimon and Harley's deep adventuring experience, chances like this are pretty few. You'll regret not taking this opportunity. I doubt not my elder's sincerity, it's just... I heard the Order of Skeptics say that only the answers one finds themselves are worth any merit. The Order of Skeptics even constantly makes mistakes in its official documents. Yeah, when we went to find Rashnu, the truth was entirely different from what they had down in their archives. They don't even know what's going on. Indeed, you offer truth in your insights, Yasnapati, Pale Floater. I am no longer the Sorush from before. With the Kavara's approval, I must act with maturity and live up to the title of Bloom Guard. Zervan, I mean, Elder Zervan. What are the exact obligations that a Bloom Guard must fulfill? I beg of you to enlighten me. Though I have been neglectful in the past, I will do my utmost now to remedy my failings. Whoa, Paimon didn't expect Sorush to be so obedient. What happened? Paimon feels a little touched. Well, your words give me confidence. The Bloom Guard's duties are vast and may take days and nights to recall in their totality. However, considering that you have spent far more time with the humans than those of your own kind, let's start with something simple. As for all those who bear the title of Bloom Guard, extraordinary competence and keen insight are necessities. I've already prepared 6 training tasks, with 3 meant to test flying skills, and the other 3... well, they'll need Sorush to clear out some potential threats. This training sounds kind of familiar. Sounds familiar? It is familiar! Isn't this just something we do all the time? Enough talk, Pale Floater. As long as I successfully finish these missions, my elder must concede that I am worthy and prepared for the mantle of Bloom Guard. Though it sounds simple, these are all tests delivered unto me by my elder. I must unleash my fullest effort when dealing with them. Very good, very good. Conveniently, Sorush's Yasnapati and her companion are here. There is a task you can help her successfully complete. It is no hard matter, though as you know, Sorush has been close with the Order of Skeptics and Humans, while drifting further from Pari traditions. I would like to ask you to serve as an audience and listen to Sorush recount the past. A Bloomguard should naturally be able to speak of historical events, yes? Of course. If all we need to do is hear Sorush tell a story, it does sound pretty simple. Then I leave this to you two. As for the training that Sorush must complete by herself, I will let her know momentarily. You two merely need to accompany her. In the Recollector's Path event, you must help Sorush follow Zervan's instructions to discover her role as a Bloomguard. When each stage of the Recollector's Path begins, Sorush must listen to Zervan's teachings, and then go to the specified site to undergo 2 trials, before engaging in a short summary after passing said trials. Seems like Zervan had this training regimen all planned out a long time ago. Guess Sorush was always going to have to do these things, huh? This is a sign that the Elder has always favoured me. Yasnapati and Floater bear witness to my heroic feats. During the Tranquil Trail Trial... Tranquil Trail Trial? She sells seashells on the seashore? What the fuck? Tranquil Trail Trial. Sorush will need to use the Neroda fruit and the curios scattered nearby to pursue your uninvited guests. Curios? Is this Star Rail? During the trial, Sorush can throw out an unlimited number of Neroda fruits. As these fruits hit different curios, various effects will be triggered that will affect the nearby uninvited guests. When the situation gets too cluttered, you can use analysis to summarize the specialties of the various curios and uninvited guests, and thus figure out a way to drive them out. What? What? Huh? Okay. Expel the requisite number of opponents, destroy the requisite number of boxes and barrels, no more than 20 Neroda fruits thrown. I don't know about this one, Chief. You can use analysis to summarize the specialties of the various curios. Very special flower that can spit large fruits, smashing through all demons of death along with other obstacles in a straight line. Nice. Oh, that was an accident. Okay, they're running away, so I don't necessarily have to kill them, I just need to make them run. Nope, that did nothing. Okay, cool. How about if I do this? Nope, that didn't scare them at all. Cool. Oh, we've got to destroy these. It's not too loud or anything, is it? Opponents repelled. Do I just... this? No? Alright. What? How... Find a way to set them ablaze and remove them. Why is using ignited bonfires to attract their attention? Okay. Come over here. Nice. Hey. Keep running. Cool. The bedazzling colours of flowers and the glow of crystal clear pure amrita are commonplace scenery, but profound meaning may yet be contained within them. During the reinforced reminiscence trial, Sorush can use memory fragments to check important reminiscences. You must assist Sorush in finding the correct location to complete said reminiscence. Once you reach the correct location, use the memory fragment to match the reminiscence with the actual site to complete it. After the trial starts, the time will start ticking down. Once it finishes doing so, Sorush will receive a hint to help her find the correct location. Okay. So it's like here-ish. Okay, so I think I need to go further back. Okay, no, I think I need to go over here. Nope. Further back? Oh, you're about to leave the trial area? My bad. Distance to the correct location. Oh. I'm really smart. Oh, it's over here. Oh. I needed to go higher up. Okay, I see, I see. I'm getting the hang of it. Probably. Is this the last stop for our first day? We're pretty familiar with this place, seeing how we've been here plenty of times. If the pale floater is so confident, then why not swap roles with me? I will play the audience, you be the speaker. Yeah, let's give it a try. Here comes Paimon. The place before us, covered with flowers and flowing water, is the Veruca Oasis. This place doesn't have... Right. This place isn't infested by the demons of death and is the home of the Pari. There are many Pari here. The best among them is one called Zervan. Sorush, you were born here too, right? Though you were different from the other Pari. For example, while the other Pari only sound kinda weird when they speak, you sound really weird. You all came from the same waters, but why is it that only you are so strange? Hey. Paimon's not lying. When you were speaking to the Order of Skeptics, your words were kinda weird. Well, the Skeptics themselves sounded weird too, so there's that. Phew, Paimon thought all the other Pari were going to be exactly like you. In fact, Paimon was worried about that until we finally got to the Veruca Oasis and met Zervan. Then we found out that only you are like... how should Paimon put this? You have a particular way of speaking to the Order of Skeptics, right? It seems the Order of Skeptics had too much of an influence on her. I will not deny that. Seeing as you have no objections, Paimon will keep going. There is a big stump in the Veruca Oasis. Pale floater, you absolute! It's the Harvistukum in the Veruca Oasis. Man, these Pari names sure are a mouthful. And it totally is a big stump, isn't it? Paimon remembers you saying that the stump is also a god, and that the Pari have a deep relationship with it. Though these are indeed the facts, letting the pale floater describe them would be too unflattering. I shall resume the role of the speaker. Alright, but Paimon thought she was making it easy to understand. Regardless, 500 years ago, our great god gave all to quell the disaster afflicting this place. As such, all the Amrita here is the last gift from the divine. Nourished by the Amrita, the Harvistukum and the Pari emerged. The eldest of the Pari, and my elder, is Zervan. My birth came much later, so I was not a personal witness to those events. I heard my elder speak of it, but... Elder Zervan clearly associated with the Order of Skeptics when they were first established, but after my birth, all contact seemed to be lost between them. Though my elder has long stated the importance of Pari traditions, she rarely mentions the past in detail when she speaks with me. Instead, it was the Order of Skeptics, who enthusiastically shared the results of their historical research with me, and approved of my wish to follow in the footsteps of the divine bird. Huh? So after that, you slowly drifted away from the other pari and learned your strange way of speaking from the Order of Skeptics? Oh, I suppose that can be seen as correct, objectively speaking. Sounds like a rebellious phase. A rebellious phase. I heard the humans in the Order of Skeptics mention something about this. They say the researchers in the forest experience a study of other life or something like that. Is this rebellious phase a similar thing that humans progress through? Yeah, that sounds pretty similar. No, they're not the same thing at all. Generally, kids going through a rebellious phase will resist the care of their parents and try to assert their independence. That's what Paimon's heard anyway. Just like you did. My past has little to do with my present. Whatever can be said, I have now returned to the Varusha Oasis and earned the foreigner's favour. You're amazing, Sorush. Never mind, Pale Floater. It means nothing to be patronised by one as immature as you. That's all for today. Yasnapati, do you or the Pale Floater wish to ask anything? Speaking of, are the Pari and Aranara related in any way? Why do you ask this? Because the Pari and Aranara are both small. You describe your adventures with Arama and all the other Aranara to Sorush. How very important Festival Utsara appears to be. I heard my elder mention it once, but only thought of it as little more than a joyful gathering for the Aranara. But if the Aranara have their own day, why do we Pari possess nothing of equivalence? I must mention this to my elder. Why do you want a Pari festival? Is it because you can eat lots of tasty snacks during a festival? Of course not. The Pari festival should have humans offering their odes and songs to us, while I get to choose the best singer of the lot. That doesn't sound like a festival at all. Well, not for the attending humans anyway. It's more like a high-pressure competition. Sorush wants to be Simon Cowell. But it is an enjoyable celebration for me, yes? Hence, I believe my elder may also enjoy such an occasion. Perhaps Servan is right. For Sorush to become a so-called Bloomguard, she might need a bit more training. Damn. It appears the first part of your training went well. You could say so. Yeah, maybe it was a bit too easy for Sorush. Then I look forward to seeing her coming performance. Oh, right. About listening to Sorush tell stories, it turned out that Sorush went through a rebellious phase. Speak no more of this. Anyhow, I have finally shed that stage of my life. The important thing is that I, with my Yasnapati and the Pale Floater, recalled the history following the birth of the Pari, and spoke of the familiars of the forest and their special festival. The fact that we, as Pari, do not have such a celebration of our own makes me troubled. Do you not feel the same way, Elder? If it were up to me, we should let humans attend the Pari festival, and hear from them the praises they sing for the Pari. Afterward, I shall pick the best singer. To my knowledge, Festival Utsara is not a day to be so willfully and wastefully spent. Paimon always thought Sorush's desire to get humans to record her deeds was different from the other Pari. Is this also the influence of the Order of Skeptics? That is the very reason why recalling and pondering the past is significant. Whatever happens, I look forward to seeing her coming performance. In intrepid impulse, Sorush must reach the destination within the time limit. The more time Sorush has left upon completion, and the more valiant Corollas she obtains, the higher your challenge score will be. During the trial, get close to glowing wreaths to borrow their power, and sprint forward over a certain distance, and temporarily expand your collection AoE for valiant Corollas. Sleep Draft Fruit also exists within the trials. After being hit by them, Sorush's vision will be briefly disrupted, and the time remaining on the trial will also decrease, resulting in a lower final score. We shall see. Oh, am I too high? No. Whee! This is easy, that's what I like about it. Ah, it's one of these. Okay. Find the correct location. Alright. Oh, I think I'm close. I think I need to be more over here. Oh, distance to... No? Oh, I need to be down? I'm never correct. Apparently I just have a shit sense of, spatial awareness. Wait, Paimon remembers this place. We've been here before. Where are we again? Sorush brought us through here while bringing us to see Zervan, remember? Paimon remembers that Sorush said this Waynute got sealed here because it was unlucky. Though, what does it have to do with Sorush's training? Huh, does Zervan actually mean to say, haha, behold, Sorush, behold the fate of the unfortunate. My elder is no pari of such idle nature. Back to the topic. Though I did not elaborate on the Waynute in detail when we passed through here earlier, the catastrophe that caused it should be familiar to you. The one that happened 500 years ago. Indeed, the Waynute must have been frozen in an instant. As it has been crystallized, its form remains in perpetuity. It's as if it would start burrowing through the earth again once unsealed. This moment will be frozen in time? Wait! That's what Kaya says! This moment will be frozen in time. Paimon doesn't want to end up like that. You say what happened to the Waynute happened in an instant. No! Just thinking of it scares Paimon. I won't let that happen. Yeah, Paimon won't let something so horrible happen to Harley either. Then you should thank us Pari. During those days of ruin, many species and races, including the Pari, gave their lives. Sometimes even things more precious than their lives. Their sacrifices are why we are spared from facing the same irrevocable fate. And just so, as I was not there to witness the catastrophe, when this land faces danger once again, I must take action. Then from what you're saying, this Waynute is even older than you are, which should also make it your elder. However, it will not be returning to life. It has been sealed in its crystallized state for centuries. Perhaps the only fate that awaits it is gradual dissolution. With how severe the loss of life was during the catastrophe, the Waynute, like countless other unfortunate souls, were frozen at the moment that calamity struck. But many more suffered even graver fates than this poor fool before us, for they had already worn away beneath the grinding passing of time itself. To this day, nothing remains of them. No, not memory nor memorial. This one before us only lingers because of its immense size, and the fact that it has been hidden away in this cave from the glaring eye of the sun and lashing winds, thus the intactness of its condition. However, no being on this land can overcome time. Not even remains and husks will endure. One day, there will be nothing left of it either. That sounds kind of sad. Not having any trace that shows you lived once. That's why we're a witness. The records left here by the humans should have something relating to the Waynute. I presume such a thing is rare for humans, no? From what I heard my elder say, aside from the Order of Skeptics, there were also researchers from the forest here seeking inquiry. Though some humans believe that the Satek Waynute is the completed state of a quicksand eel, to hold such theories and assumptions makes one worry for the contents recorded by these humans. That information is not reliable at all. Think, these records are obviously false, yet you still enthusiastically found a human to serve as your Yasna party. Maybe before this crystal is entirely corroded, the poems and odes dedicated to you will have changed beyond our recognition. Maybe the Bloomguard mentioned in the odes might not be pink or cute, but instead have a rough but reliable exterior, a mild and respectful personality, and act with rationality and calmness. That sounds a lot like the idealized image of a guardian. But that sounds nothing like you, Sorush. Absolutely not. Wait, I believe I understand what my elder desires. She must be reminding me to find a better way to record my deeds. My elder does possess foresight indeed. I must offer her my deepest thanks. Paimon doesn't think she meant that. Looks like you've successfully completed your training. Oh, we got it done, but ugh, Sorush. After seeing that crystallized Waynute, she said with real sincerity that even though it had existed for centuries, one day it would still disappear without a trace. And then immediately afterward, when we mentioned that her odes might be distorted as well, her mood changed instantly. Humph, but of course, my deeds, I mean the deeds of us Pari, should be eternal. How can such a thing be compared to that which might part into dust and ash? If something cannot be recorded properly, then there must be something wrong with the method. You wish to remind me of this fact, which is why you sent me to view the crystallized Waynute. Am I right, Elder Zervan? Ah, that's the way you see it. Interesting. Do you care nothing for the renown of the Pari? If you're speaking of renown in the way humans understand it, not so much. Whatever you say, the present-day members of the Order of Skeptics are so very dull. Of course, if there are more interesting individuals like Harley or Paimon, then that would be a different case entirely. Hehe, a compliment from Zervan. Thanks, appreciate the praise, Elder. Hold, you can't call her Elder. Sorush, there's no need to be stingy. Zervan is the eldest here. Excuse me, so us calling her Elder is reasonable, right? Alright, enough idle chatter. If Sorush still thinks so highly of this human notion of renown, then the training that comes next might be just right. Alright, I await your good news. Okay. Okay, of course it missed them. Nice. Get shit out of the way. Should trigger a reaction, okay. No? Oh, he got pissed off and ran. Okay, that works. Joe wants to name the new kitten Goose. That's funny. What? Oh, okay. Calzone is better? We should have a box full of recycled paper for her to nest because she kept getting into the trash can. Aww. Oh. Nice. Okay, that pissed him off. She's trying to get back in touch with her roots. Aww. Nice. Oh wait, this one guy's still here? Please. The white typical dog dad that was forced to have a cat, naming the cat after a beer. Thoughts running rampant in my head. It feels like more. Oh no. Where's the... What? Where's the swirly? Huh? I guess it's meant to be over here, but I broke it. What if I go down lower? Okay, I think I need to go closer. Oh yeah. I can never figure it out by myself. I don't feel like I'm that bad at it. Look, see, this was hard because, like, I've already done the quest that gets rid of that seal. So, like, how am I supposed to match it? Hey, isn't this the place we passed by looking for Mahir? Though Mahir shouldn't be here right now, right? All those thorns. They should be Mahir's companions. They look pretty good. Speaking of which, they helped us a lot. Pale Floater, did you forget all that I have accomplished? No way. You might complain a lot, but you do care about your people, right? What did you do, Sorush? I can't seem to recall. How can you be so forgetful, Yasnapati? I punished you with the task of several more oaths. Paimon knew it. You've got a big bark to go with your soft heart. Malicious slander. I was only here because I wished to earn the chaplet. If the elder hadn't made me come. Humph. Well, whatever you say, Mahir's part of the reason you even managed to claim the Twin Horn chaplet. Shouldn't you thank her for that at least? Her? Bah. For such a figure, one stained and still struggling thusly, I'd say she would only be worth any merit after another 10 cleansing pilgrimages. 10 is way too many. Wait a minute. On second thought, Paimon thinks it wouldn't be too hard. Though the way isn't long, running it repeatedly does make me tired. Huh? I expected an adventurer to be used to such a life by now. From the name, Paimon thought we would be walking for 10 days and nights. As it turns out, we didn't even need to go that far. The shortness of this trail is making Paimon suspicious. If it was as long as the Oceanid's pilgrimage, then perhaps I would respect her. As it stands now, I can only state that the distance of the cleansing pilgrimage suits me here. Damn. The Oceanid's pilgrimage? After the catastrophe, a great number of Oceanids came from Fontaine to Sumeru, with the path they walked becoming their so-called holy path. Strange, why would the Oceanids need to come to Sumeru? Pilgrimage. A pilgrimage for what? I only heard of such a thing from my elder. Though there have been Oceanids from Fontaine, I haven't looked into it. Could it be for the Harvistukum? Right, Sorush said that the Harvistukum was the god that let the Pari be born. If honor's a big deal here, then the thing most deserving of it is definitely the Harvistukum. But what's the potential relationship between the Oceanids and the Harvistukum? Don't tell Paimon the Oceanids and Pari are, like, distantly related. I mean, they look like Oceanids. Looking at you carefully, Paimon's really beginning to see the resemblance. Paimon hasn't discovered any world-shaking secrets, has she? Maybe a bit. The slander flows from your lips again, Pale Floater. I know nothing of any Oceanid. You're probably right. Sorush did say that the distance Oceanids need to travel for their pilgrimage is far longer than Mahir's cleansing. But if that's true, does that mean the Oceanids are stronger than the Pari? Is Sorush admitting defeat? What? I didn't mean that. In all seriousness, the cleansing pilgrimage is not actually tied to distance. It is more of a symbolic affair, showcasing a rise and return to form. That sounds impressive, but... Regardless, it is irrational to brush all Pari as lesser than the Oceanids, and not because of any bias I may or may not have regarding Mahir. Speaking of which, why did Savan say that the next part of the training was just right for Sorush? It doesn't look like anything special here. Also, Mahir's missing too. Though if she was here, Sorush probably wouldn't talk to her properly either. They are pretty different in a lot of ways. Mahir doesn't need a Yasnapati. Yeah, she also said that being forgotten is a good thing. That fool. If her existence and her efforts over these centuries are forgotten, then what was it all for? Maybe that's the question that Zavan wants Sorush to think about. It seems that Sorush still needs some time. Without knowing, the training has progressed to its latter half. How are things going? There's still some room for improvement. Though when Sorush tells the stories, there really seems to be some self-reflection happening. Dialogue is a good way for Sorush to learn, especially as the people she's talking to are more interesting than those of the Order of Skeptics. Elder, you are being arbitrary. Harley is a remarkable Yasnapati, but not all of the Order of Skeptics members are. Perhaps they do have momentary instances of virtue between sessions of flattery and deception. Ugh. I see you still need convincing. We will let our witnesses, Harley and Paimon, give a review regarding your performance. Of course, that is after you finished your recounting. Zip zoom. Oh, I'm too high now. Whoops, fuck. Whoops, fuck? What am I saying? There we go. Okay, unrestored reminiscence. Okay, I think we need to get a bit closer. That's maybe over here. Oh, I was close this time. I was close. I feel like they give you the answer a bit too quickly. It would be nice if they gave you a little bit more time before they were like, oh, hey, here it is. It's so quiet. No one's here. Even if Rashnu was here, it should still be quite quiet. Yeah, but if she was here, we would need to talk softer. She always has that sleepy look on her face, and she didn't seem too happy when we woke her using the Kori drums. I wouldn't be either. Paimon heard that the quieter someone is, the worse it gets when they get angry. Who knows what Rashnu is like when she's enraged? Then should that be true, my Yasna party is the one we should fear the most, yes? Huh? Oh, Paimon knows her the best. Though Harley isn't one for talking, she's still super nice, right? I am about to get mad for real. Rah. See? Not scary at all. What the fuck, Paimon? Very well, let us refocus. As you behold, this tree is called Balsam, and Rashnu is its familiar, though she is absent right now. And nothing. There's nothing more to say of Rashnu and the Balsam. Feels like you are hiding something. Right, about the Kori drums. Hiding? Absurd. As for the drums, haven't you already seen them in use? Speaking of which, Paimon remembers Rashnu saying that she's the one who threw the Kori drums elsewhere. That really surprised Nasajuna. If Paimon recalls, you were really nervous then, and didn't respond to Nasajuna's questioning. The way it looks now, the Order of Skeptics' archives were really off the mark. Though playing the drums did wake Rashnu. Paimon seems to understand why Zurvan doesn't trust the current Order of Skeptics. Think, Sorush. Did they really help? The clues they gave are half-truths at best. The current generation of the Order of Skeptics indeed does have some lacking members, but like a tree, no matter how many leaves flourish, there will always be some that will shrivel and dry. Once these dry leaves break and scatter, those that will remain, they will be the ones that can be relied upon, yes. How did the Order of Skeptics become like this? I also want to know that. Is it because I have been with the Order of Skeptics too long that I grew unable to discern their gradual changes? Only when I began to speak with you and the other outsiders did I realize the Order of Skeptics had changed. It has been a few hundred years. Besides their name being the same, they must have cycled through a few generations of different members already. With the fame I seek, the fame I wish for the Yasna party to eulogize for me, also erode into this. With everything changed, carrying only a hollow title for others to recall. Is that what my elder wishes that I learn? No, it shouldn't be. But... Sorush, there's no need to be down. Maybe Zurvan didn't mean that. Seeing Sorush so depressed makes Paimon feel like she did something wrong. Maybe we should have Zurvan cheer her up. Oh, Sorush, you appear weary. Did you find an obstacle to your progress? Should we call it an obstacle or a sense of confusion? You recount what was said during your talk with Sorush to Zurvan. I see. However, the records of humans deviating from actual reality isn't anything new. They are a forgetful and prejudiced people after all. Considering how vast and complex the affairs of the world generally are, observers might be able to get an overview of the major details, but not be able to grasp the Oh, I forget how to pronounce this. Minutiae? Those present during said affairs might be direct witnesses, but still find themselves unable to move beyond their personal subjectivity. Oh, this doesn't feel very comforting. Oh, so you wish for me to provide some warm words to placate Sorush? Did you forget that this is part of her training? To be able to overcome problems by oneself, that's the point of training, right? Paimon guesses that makes sense. If Sorush cannot meet this task successfully, then all that can be said is she is unworthy of the title of Bloomguard and will not be able to bear the weight of the Twin Horn Chaplet. And when the time comes, gentle though I am right now, I can only do what must be done, no matter how cruel. Will you take my chaplet from me? As for the punishment for failure, I suppose you will discover that yourself, should you truly fail. If Sorush doesn't want to be bald, she better try extra hard now, not the bald allegations. Okay. So when I destroy these... and that. Nice. Okay, can we get this guy close enough to be bothered? No, okay. But that... really? That guy just carried on? Okay. There we go. Nicely timed. Okay, cool. Okay, wait till they come around here. There we go. Peach fuzz for me, but I guess. Oh, okay. I guess I didn't get that guy. Really? Oh, okay. It did bother them. Cool. What? They're still just chilling there? Alright. I can't get this guy. What? There's no way. There we go. Nice. Can you come over here, please? There we are. Nice. Okay. So we want the tents. There's a fucking... Oh, okay. So we need to be over here. Oh. Well... they have it, like... show up where it is too quickly. They don't give you anywhere near enough time to figure it out yourself. Which is like, what's the point? If that's the case. It has long been a familiar sight to me, but now I only feel conflicted thinking about it. Huh, on the bright side, this maybe means that Sorush has matured? I know not if this is a growth or a decline instead. Cheer up, Sorush. It's not like you to get so down. Right, since we're already here, why don't you tell us about the early history of the Order of Skeptics? Although things are the way they are now, there must have been a point to their establishment, right? Otherwise Zervan wouldn't have helped them, and you wouldn't have been drawn to them. Very well, if you wish to listen, I will speak. However, you must know that my birth came after the Order of Skeptics was formed. What happened prior is but hearsay to me as well. It was said that before all that transpired, there was some of absolute purity and virtue who attempted to spread the word that catastrophe was imminent. But carrying a message does not halt the coming of ruin. Soon darkness washed over the lands as roiling tides, drowning all that lived in fear. Just as we saw of the Setekwe Newt, even the strongest creatures were crystallized, perishing during the event. Comparatively with how soft and weak humans are, the resulting scouring cannot be considered a personal failing. But some individuals arrived, rushing into the maelstrom that was the calamity. Were these people the first order of skeptics? Indeed, their leader was Nagarjuna. He once was a researcher who worked in the depths of the woods, but he put roots down here to help alleviate the aftershock of the catastrophe. Yes, and there was another one with golden hair. Ah, brother. Though my elder spoke little of him, he should count as an interesting individual, I think. Oh wait, no, it was Dainsleif, wasn't it? I forgot that Dainsleif fought with them. It's a real shame that he only lived a few hundred years ago. If he was still here, Paimon would love to see him meet Harley. Then we can see who's more interesting. Why are we competing? Following this, after my birth, the after effects of the catastrophe stabilized. So Sorush had nothing to do then? Not entirely, as the filth will never be fully eradicated. It's just that noble sacrifices like the one made by the divine bird, Sumeru, were no longer needed. What's more, such duties have already been performed by Mahir, Rashnu, and other Pari predating me. After Nagarjuna, the elders slowly broke off contact with the Order of Skeptics. However, the skeptics themselves remained ever interested in us Pari. But I suppose this is nothing strange. To them, after all, we Pari are heroes worthy of songs and odes. The strong feelings of admiration we inspire are more than deserved. During that time, I often heard them loudly singing their poems and odes, and with the passing of time, the scenes of the divine bird's sacrifice grew ever more vivid. Yet my elder treats this as if it is a paltry thing. It sounds like Sorush got buttered up by honeyed words. What? No, impossible! I clearly wanted to imitate the divine bird because I was moved by its passion and will. The only reason why I associated with the Order of Skeptics was because they would tell me about the happenings of years past. Of course, it wasn't like they didn't heap an appropriate amount of praise on me. It's the same story, but told in an exaggerated way to get people's attention. Even Paimon likes listening to exciting stories. Oh, but if their intention was to record actual history, then they definitely did something wrong. Indeed, regardless if it is I or the humans of the Order of Skeptics, those who condition themselves to accept hyperbole as ordinary will see themselves become like this. The Order of Skeptics' archives were no longer simple, truthful records. Indeed, they were filled with all manner of embellishments and subjective opinions. And, unknowingly, I began to put renown beyond action itself. Looks like you finally get it? She seems more energetic than she was when she came here. Isn't this a good thing? Now Zurvan won't be asking to take the chaplet, will she? Your training is almost at its end. You'll definitely win Zurvan's approval. You look much happier than when we last spoke. Seems things have gone well. From what I've learned doing these tasks, I have grown. For now. You're worthy of being called Bloomguard? No, not yet. There is still a final portion of the task that I need to complete. Until all the tasks are done, until your respect is earned, I am not finished. Only then can the twin-horn chaplet truly belong to me. Oh, looks like you're actually beyond your rebellious phase after all, just as was claimed. Elder, you still remember that? Forget, I beg of you. Regardless, it's good to see that your spirits have returned. Harley, Paimon, please be witnesses to the truth of whether Sorush is worthy of the twin-horn chaplet. Then I will await you at the end. See you soon. Oh, I almost missed it. Fuck. Whee. Wait, hold on. I'll read your message in a second. I'm focused. Oh? What? Okay. That was weird. There we go. Alright. Okay. need to go further. Oh, I was pretty close this time, actually. This place still looked cooler when it was like this. The Tunigi Hollow from before, the epicenter of the disaster of years past. Wow, Paimon didn't think Sorush would really be able to extinguish the sign of Apatia and solve all the troubling happening here. Oh, Zervan's with us. Extinguishing the sign of Apatia is but the duty of the Bloom Guard. Sorush only did as she should. It was all thanks to Mihir and Rashnu's help. Yeah, and we put in plenty of work too. Splendid. It's so nice of you, my Yasna party and the Pale Floater, to look beyond the person of greatest importance. Me. Whoa, Sorush's arrogance makes its grand return. Humph. Why do both of you still harbour such doubts in me after our time together? My pride has never been born of blind arrogance. You should be well aware that I fully understand my past mistakes. Before, I placed reputation above action, but now, as I have learned, this is an act of purest neglect. Just as Simorg became the divine bird through her sacrifice, I will become the Bloom Guard by my deeds, and hear my name rightfully sung in praise of my service. Additionally, I have completed all the assignments you have given me, Elder. Now, even you must admit that I am one worthy of the title of Bloom Guard, worthy of the Twin Horn Chaplet. I indeed have no objection to the choice made by the foreigner. What? Did you expect me to object? No, I merely did not expect you to agree so easily, Elder. I expected a few rough words at least. I'm not nearly so vicious. About the responsibilities of a Bloom Guard, I did not actually gain any knowledge from the chaplet. Is this because I still do not embody the traits of the Bloom Guard fully? Do I still lack training? For this, the title of Bloom Guard might be inherited, but the duties are always variable. I see. To state it simply, there are no fixed rules, and even more, there are no specific judging standards. Usually, the foreigner's choice is final. Huh? So you're saying... I will not be taking the Twin Horn Chaplet from you. Now you don't need to worry about the top of your head getting cold. Bloom Guard is kind of like Miss America, really. Sure, yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that. Missing the point. I understand. This must be part of the test. Seems like Sorush is having an epiphany. You are a forgetful one, Pale Floater. I just said it. To pass these tests, besides competence and observation, the most important thing is understanding my past mistakes. Even if the outcome was already determined, would it not be retreading the path of folly if I cast aside all that I have learned during training? So I think this must be the last test my elder has left me. To a worthy Bloom Guard, this is but a simple task. This is a sign of your complete trust in me, Elder. I didn't expect you to see right through me. The foreigner chose well. But your changes, I suppose Harley and Paimon bear some credit for that. Indeed, my esteemed Yasna party and the Pale Floater are both beings of merit. Though I wish to say that I was potent enough alone. I think truly that only with their aid could I extinguish the sign of Apatia. 80 years from now asking, am I Bloom Guardy enough yet? Oh, I love that. I didn't think that, in so short a time, Sorush could become so responsible. Of course, as long as I hold my responsibilities close to heart, then my elder need not worry for my sake. Paimon keeps thinking that Zervan might have planned this, but seeing Sorush this happy, Paimon can't really complain. Well, that about wraps it up for today. I hope you enjoyed. A little bit of a slightly shorter episode this time, after so many very long ones. It's nice to see Sorush growing and changing and maturing, but still kind of keeping her little sassy spark, so to speak. I feel like this event was pretty simple, but it added a little bit more lore, just fleshing things out a little bit. It was cute. It wasn't anything to write home about, but I enjoyed it. This, of course, is the last episode of 3.6, so next episode we will be getting into 3.7 with Yoimiya's second story quest. I love Yoimiya. I'm super hype about it. I'm super hyped to go to Sumeru with her, so stay tuned for that. As always, if you enjoy the content, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!